I'm so surprised with how close it is up there with the best stability shoes on the market that I've run in. First impressions review I got for you guys today, we got the Mount to Coast P1. Now, I've seen this brand around a little bit on social media, but not too much. But the P1 is their first crack at a stability shoe. So we'll see how this one goes. I've had a few runs in it now. But before we get into it, if you guys want to support this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So checking out our quick specs here. Now this one is going to retail at $160 in the US. In Australia, I'm not sure, no official prices out yet. Maybe around that $250 mark. Now in the weight, it's coming just under the 10 ounce mark there, 280 grams. That's in your men's size 9. Now no official stats on the stack height. I've done my own sort of dodgy measurements. So I'm gonna guess it's around 40 millimeters in the rear and about 32 in the front, giving us a 8mm drop. So in the upper here, the material that they're using is called a circular knit. But the circular knit itself, it's actually quite light, breathable, and nice and flexible, which is pretty nice. There is a lot of reinforcement around this shoe, so right around the base of the shoe, we've got some overlays, and it's quite built up around the rear of the shoe as well. So it gets really solid around the rear, super solid heel counter. That's like a tank. We've got a little pull tab here on the back, which I haven't really had to use. Now in the padding department, this thing is plush. So huge, lots and lots of padding here, and a nicely padded tongue as well. The tongue is fully gusseted, which is also very nice. Now interesting here in the lacing system, they've got like an internal wrap, or a wrap they call it, where you can adjust this internal strap in the midfoot just to suit your lockdown in this shoe. But yeah, overall I hadn't had to adjust it from how it's come out of the box. The lockdown for me has been pretty darn good. Now in the fit, I'm gonna say it's probably a little short from true to size. I've got a sample US 9. I'm usually a US 8.5, but this one fits me like an 8.5. I'm not sure if when the sizes are released that they're gonna adjust it, but I'm gonna say it's probably going to fit a little bit short and a little bit narrow in the toe box as well. So my pinky toe is sort of touching the outside here. But because this circular knit is quite flexible and soft, I haven't had any toe irritation whatsoever. But what I can say about this upper, the build quality is absolutely excellent. So it's probably one of the most well-built shoes I've seen on the market, and the step-in comfort is also really nice. And in the outsole here, so we've got lots and lots of rubber coverage, is what you would expect in a shoe that I think that you're going to use for your daily miles. But this rubber compound, as you can see the rubber coverage, it's got it in segments. So I like talking about companies using their rubber in segments and not just having a big piece. So again, it's segmented off here, through the middle, and then through the rear parts of the shoe as well. So letting that midsole breathe, letting it expand a little bit, so assisting the ride of the shoe. So it's great to see. But overall, this rubber compound, I think it's probably on the firmer side of outsole rubbers that are on the market. I've had no issues with the grip, but I haven't had a chance to run in it in the wet. And durability as well, obviously early days for me, but I don't really have any concerns with the with this rubber, because it is quite stiff. It's probably a little bit loud to run in, but overall, no real dramas with the outsole. So in the midsole here, I believe the foam that they are using, well, it says on the shoe, it says tuned cell. So that's different to the catalog information that I got that actually said it was light cell, which was a bit of a PEBA blended midsole. So I'm not sure if that's the foam in it, or if it's just tuned cell. It could be the same thing, it's just a different name. But overall, this foam, it feels like it's nitrogen injected. It's probably an EVA blend of some description. But it's very, very dense, so it's really dense. It's not really soft and spongy, just a really dense cushion feeling shoe. Now within this midsole, there is no carbon plate. However, they've got a bit of a plate. It's called 3D arch rail, and you can sort of see it here. It starts here, and it sort of just sits under the footbed, just on top of the midsole, and it's just a bit of an arch support that goes back to about here in the shoe. But this shoe overall, extremely rigid. So there's a little bit of flex in the front, but overall this is a super stiff shoe. And obviously that's what you'd expect in a lot of the stability trainers out there. Now, geometry wise, they have got what they call, it's called Go Flow technology, or their Go Flow geometry. And that's just a little bit of a 4-foot rocker here. So it doesn't feel overly rocketed or aggressively rocketed, but you're gonna feel in some shoes like you feel like it tips you forward. There's just enough curvature here to take any slappiness out of the ride. So in the ride, this is a stability shoe, and guess what? The ride is very stable. So you feel very safe in this shoe. Now the feedback of this foam, as I covered before, it's not soft and squishy, and it's not overly bouncy, but it's a very dense cushion. So lots and lots of protection from the road, and it takes all the impact out of the road. Yeah, you just feel super safe. So it's just like a thud when you hit it. It is very, very reminiscent of FF Blast plus Eco. So what you're gonna find, that what I found in the KAYANO, ASICS KAYANO 30. So if you're familiar with the ride of that shoe, this shoe, as soon as I put it on and ran for a couple of Ks, that's exactly what I felt. It's had that same feedback. So if you don't run in a stability shoe and you want to know what the feedback is, if you've ran in the ASICS Nimbus 25, it's that really dense thud type feeling. That's the sort of the feedback of this foam gives you. The Nimbus is probably a little bit softer than this shoe, and I think the KAYANO is a little bit softer as well. However, same sort of feedback. Obviously, this shoe is not built for speed. It's not built for workouts. And obviously, you're not going to do it for that. It's just built to take the panting out of the road and obviously give you the support that you need during your running. But yeah, there's not too much not to like about it, and there's not too much that's amazing about the ride. But yeah, it's just a really solid ride, which is actually quite nice. So just wrapping it up here, now what I'm most surprised about this shoe is actually that this is Mount to Coast first crack at a stability shoe, and this is what they've come up with in their first go. So I'm so surprised with how close it is up there with the best stability shoes on the market that I've run in. So I mentioned the KAYANO before, so this is, the ride in this shoe is so similar, it's not funny. So yeah, it is a great first release of a company that obviously hasn't been around for a while. So that is very, very impressive. Obviously, a stability shoe, they never blow you out of the water, but it's got the right components in it, the right technology in it to be a very safe, comfortable ride for those people that do need stability. So anyway, guys, that's just about it from me. The Mount to Coast P1 is certainly one to consider if you are in the market for a stability shoe. So certainly one to compare against the other market-leading stability shoes on the market here. So well done, Mount to Coast, for throwing out one of these in your first crack at a stability shoe. So anyway, guys, that's it. If you've got any questions about this shoe, of my time in this shoe, or how it compares to anything else, please just drop that in the comments below. And again, thank you for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.